The Delaware Aviation Museum houses an impressive collection of historic aircrafts. Founder and executive director Larry Kelly showed us around the museum, but there is a very stark difference between their museum compared to others.
The aircraft you see in here all still fly. We have some that's in restoration. We have two other hangars here that we have aircraft in.
In fact, the museum itself is more so a working museum, with planes much older than me, heck, older than my grandparents. They require constant maintenance to be in pristine flying condition. So what possesses someone to start not just a museum, but a living and breathing one that actively engages people into the history of aviation?
We're talking about all the airplanes and books and aviation memorabilia that I'd collected, and somebody said, "You ought to start a museum." I said, "Yeah, it sounds like a great idea, but I don't want to have something that we got to charge admission on."
This living history is on full display, centered around their B-25, or also known as Panchito, that you often see in the skies around Delmarva during the summer. So when you have a World War II era plane right in front of you, you have to climb on board. Right? Easier said than done. Without banging my head, I boarded this storied plane and got to sit in the front seat. It felt surreal looking down at this piece of technology that was so far advanced for the time, and it's still flying today. I also got to check out the rear of the plane, where the crew would have been positioned during its time of service. While the museum itself is still very much an active workplace, the knowledge and the history of these aircrafts are not just embedded in their wings, but also preserved in their expansive collection of books in their library. Again, keeping with the theme of living and breathing, there's even some gear to try on for yourself. Larry says that this is all meant to inspire another generation of aviation enthusiasts.
This is our history. This is our aviation history, and with all of this comes the stories of, those young airmen that they volunteered putting themselves in harm's way.
For Discover Delmarva at the Delaware Aviation Museum, because local matters, I'm Jake Grant, WMDT.
To learn more and to plan your visit, check out their website, DelawareAviationMuseum.org. And if you make the trip, make sure to tell them you saw them on Discover Delmarva.